let's go. Let's transition to football, Rob. And, of course, the big news today, Leonard Fournette was cut. And he had his injury problems 2 years ago. He only played half the season. He certainly hadn't been a Saint. He's had, he's been suspended.
He's had run-ins with management.
Right.
No doubt.
But the bottom line, on a team that was horrible last year, he was productive. Ran for almost 1,200 yards, over 4 yards a pop, caught the ball. I think he had almost 80 receptions.
Who was the bad quarterback that they had down there? Who was that? The guy
in Jacksonville? Who is that?
Yeah, who was your guy?
My guy?
Yeah.
Is that Minshew?
No. From Philly.
Oh, Foles. Well, Foles, yeah. Foles got
saying,
cut.
The guy you said if he got his chance to be starting quarterback,
I
was
never
going to
said
shine.
that.
You remember
All
that?
I said is that he took your boy's team
all right.
and did it better.
Whatever,
How about that?
But
How about that?
And I said to you, every time they give him the keys to the car, he crashes it.
No, and I agree. He's one of those guys that when the pressure's on and when it's all on your shoulder, I agree with you. He's not a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. But he's done what Carson Wentz – by the way, I don't even have to finish it. Everybody knows. He's done what Carson Wentz didn't do, won a Super Bowl with his own team. But by the way, this could have been a topic today.
What?
Wentz in a lifetime, right? You know what I say. Wentz in a lifetime, he's healthy. He's already banged up. They're not even doing anything.
What do you mean he's banged up? How bad is it? Do they not have
red shirts in Philadelphia? Are they tackling their quarterback like other teams aren't?
Judge says that they're tackling quarterbacks and with the Giants.
Well, Judge is he's making men out of his players. I'll tell you that. But come on, your boy's hurt.
He'll be all right.
I hope so. Wentz in a lifetime. Wentz going to be healthy. Carson Wentz going to be healthy.
Milwaukee's down by 6 with 3 minutes to go.
I know. And I picked them in 7. But this is a tough series, man. And they've done a good job.
It'll be tough,
Giannis,
but don't count.
No,
don't count them out. It's one game like everybody counted them out when
I picked them in 7.
When they lost.
But this is a tough series. I was close to picking Milwaukee, Rob. I was very close to picking Milwaukee. But let's go back to Fournette.
I'm sorry about that.
The worst thing about this is obviously you cut him. You got nothing to show for him. They could have drafted Rob that year. Now remember, that's the year they had a really good team. I mean, he got them. He was there when they got to the AFC Championship, but they had a great defense that year. And can you imagine if they had, instead of drafting Leonard Fournette, if they had drafted Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes? And I'll give them, I won't even crush them for Mahomes because nobody knew that this was coming, okay? But they knew Watson was great, right? We knew Watson was great, and they were late to the party. They still took a running back over a star quarterback, star running back over a star quarterback, and it's come back to haunt him, Rob, because can you imagine Deshaun with that defense? Maybe your Jacksonville pick would have been right at that point. Because you love Jacksonville.
I did. I thought that they were pretty impressive and had something going.
You wouldn't let it rest either. They were like 1-3. They were like 2-7 in your top 5 power rankings.
But their defense was it. And, Chris, you can look back. That team was right there. And I might be a little off, Rob G, with the numbers. But they were in New England up by 10 in the fourth quarter with about 9 minutes to go. And the defense is the one that let them down. It wasn't the quarterbacking. And don't get me wrong, maybe if they could have got another first down or something, they could have run the clock.
Are you actually defending Blake Bortles?
I am defending that team was set up. And we've seen
with
Brad
Bortles?
Johnson and Trent Dilfer win championships.
Win.
What are you talking about?
It's a new day, Rob Parker.
No, with a great defense.
You're going back to ancient history.
But the defense gave it up at the end of the game. They needed to get stops. They couldn't get a stop,
Maybe
Chris.
if your offense could have held the ball. I give you that the defense fell apart, which was shocking.
Right?
As good as the defense was.
It was like 20-10 in the fourth quarter, I think was the score. They had scored 20 points in New England, were leading, and the defense could not stop the Patriots.
However, you going all the way back to Trent Dilfer and Brad Johnson.
I'm saying it's possible.
Here's the last Super Bowl winners, quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, a Nick Foles who was playing out of his mind. Peyton, I'll give you Peyton. Peyton Manning won it, and he was horrible. I'll give you that. Because you can win it, but it's rare, especially nowadays. Because, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady.
And Brady was terrible in that Super Bowl. Let's not forget, he had no touchdowns, a pick,
he wasn't terrible.
and
he
a fumble. He was terrible.
He was
terrible.
He was not terrible.
Chris, he had no touchdowns, a pick, a fumble. He was terrible in that game.
He's still Tom Brady. You can't say that shows you can win without a good quarterback. So maybe I should take away the Peyton Manning from you too.
No,
Peyton was bad at that point. But
Tom Brady and Peyton both were awful.
Peyton was bad at that point in that whole season. Tom just had not a great game, but he wasn't a bad quarterback, obviously. But
right,
go ahead.
I'm saying
I will agree if you put a defense on, but come on. Why wouldn't you get a great quarterback?
No, I get it, but I'm just saying that team, and I get it. I mean, they missed a golden opportunity. They were good enough, Chris, with that defense to win, and if they would have been able to somehow stop that, they would have won a championship or had a good chance.
Oh gosh,
I'm serious, Jacksonville.
I'm letting
remember.
you guys look. Let me read between the lines. I know Rob Parker well. Known him for almost 30 years. This is Rob Parker defending the first year on the Odd Couple when week after week after week he picked the weak Jacksonville Jaguars to win. He kept them in his top 5 power rankings so long that the rankings lost complete credibility. I mean, this is all that is. This is revisionist history, folks. I'm just letting you know. All right. Does what happened? This is the question for you guys. 877-99 on Fox. Are the Jacksonville Jaguars proof that you need a franchise quarterback to win today? Remember, they had the great defense. Really good running back in Leonard Fournette, came up short without a franchise quarterback. Or like Rob, do you say that if you got the defense and other things around him, you can have a mediocre quarterback and win in today's NFL? Don't give me ancient history like Rob Parker.
It's defense. I'm telling you, it's defense.
All right, let's get to the calls.
Ryder in Vegas, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ryder?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What's up, man?
It's pretty short. Honestly, I kind of agree with both you guys. You do need a franchise like an awesome quarterback. However, it's not impossible, clearly, to win without one. But I would say you can't just have a mediocre. You need at least an efficient quarterback who's not really going to hurt you with turnovers. So even if he's not
a manager, right? He's not killing.
I agree with that, but if you remember, do you remember the Jacksonville Patriots AFC Championship game? Do you remember that game at all or no?
I sure do. Yes, sir.
And they were leading. They were up 20-10. I mean, if their defense could have played and finished that game out, they should have won that game.
Who won, Rob?
I got one more question too. I don't know because you're saying today. But the Baltimore Ravens, they won with Joe Flacco. I don't think he was playing.
But Flacco had a wonderful postseason.
Flacco had 11 touchdowns, no picks.
Like Nick Foles.
He was unbelievable.
He played out of his mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Go look at his numbers. That playoffs.
They were historically good. Yeah.
They were so good. Go look at those numbers. They're crazy. Rob in North Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rob?
What's going on? How y'all doing, man?
Good, man.
Good. Thank you,
man,
buddy.
You absolutely got to have a quarterback. Now, you see what Green Bay did, right? And they got Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, Leonard Fournette was all-world in college that year, but you can't pass up your quarterback position. You got to take care of that first. That's mandatory.
There it is.
All right. No, I hear you. I mean, most people would say that, and at least Chris, you're being fair.
It'll happen every blue moon,
Right. Joseph.
But you wonder today's NFL if it's different.
Still about defense, because if you can't stop anybody, you could have a great quarterback. You might not win. Joseph in Virginia, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Joseph?
Good evening, fellas. Chris, I'm sorry I don't do this normally, but Rob is right in this situation. Just from the standpoint of it is a defensive thing. When you look at the playoffs and you look at what happened previously, especially with the Titans, Derrick Henry carried him. And if I'm not mistaken, San Francisco, didn't Garoppolo throw for like 23 yards in the NFC Championship game? You don't have to rely on the quarterback's arm as much as you used to anymore. You could do more dynamic things.
If you have a great defense and if you can run the football. No.
You brought up losses. Did Jimmy Garoppolo win the Super Bowl?
No, but he was talking about the NFC Championship game. He got to the Super Bowl.
I want to ask Joseph this question. What is Rob Parker's favorite saying?
You can't.
It's a short menu. Wins and losses. I know you're stuttering because you didn't know he don't use that saying when he's talking about Aaron Rodgers, but that's his favorite saying.
Quarterback talent doesn't matter as much as the organization matters, right? Aaron Rodgers, we all know he should have more than just one championship, but the one
we
year
know Aaron
he got a
hasn't
good
been
defense.
great in the NFC Championship games.
Yeah, because their defense has given it up. Thank you. They've given up 40 or more points five times in a playoff.
He's been horrible.
How many games you going to win giving up 40 points? 0.
What is it, 6 TDs, 7 INTs
Unbelievable.
in the NFC Championships?
Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Yeah, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call. Rob, got to go with you on this one because defense in the running game, my feeling is, can get the job done. Point of fact for me is, listen, had Jacksonville not lost Nick Foles' first game of the season and this team would have had a chance to really play out, yeah, sure, Nick Foles.
You had him until you said Nick Foles.
I know. What? Nick Foles.
Nick Foles is supposed to come in and be the game manager, a step above Blake Bortles, allow that defense to do its thing, have the running game, and that was their plan. You know, you don't need, again, to your point, this all-out offense. And point of fact, you know, to a more recent example, let's remember, the Tennessee Titans were up 10-0 on the Kansas City Chiefs this year after going on the road.
Andre, I'm going to ask you the same question
No,
I just asked
Andre,
Joseph.
don't listen to Chris. Don't listen to Chris.
It's a short menu, Andre.
They should have won that game.
Don't give me Tennessee.
They should have won that game.
The question wasn't, can you go deep in the playoffs? The question wasn't, can you be a threat? Can you win a playoff game? It was, can you win a Super Bowl? Now, look, I'm going to be fair. It has been proven in the past that if with a strong defense, a running game, you can have a game manager. No doubt about it. But let's see. I look forward to seeing when the next time that happens. Because it's a throwing league now. That's for darn sure.